missed the playoffs for the first time in the history of the Kansas City Chiefs franchise, which is pretty weird, and I'll get into that later, but they are back-to-back division champions. Woo! 2 claps and a Ric Flair on that one. Yes, please. Yeah, I'll do it with Daniel Bryan. Yes. And it looked bad. It looked bad when they were 6-6 and like nobody could get it together. The offense would sputter and the defense would play okay, and the offense would do good and the defense would not be there at all. So they finally have turned it around, and I'm not sure whether it was the suspension of Marcus Peters or the Nagy taking over the play calling, what it was, but whatever it was, I like it. Now we have the gift of Andy Reid playing Santa this year at the press conference. That was gorgeous. I love that. That was awesome. I've never seen that before in my life. Well done, Chiefs, on that. That was pretty weird. Pretty funny, man. Pretty funny. Got it. This team is loose right now. This team is loose. They're playing loose. And I'm looking forward to seeing them bring on the Ravens, bring on Patrick Mahomes next week. And look, I know that I bash Alex Smith a lot, but that guy played great, and overall, he had a really good season. I give him a hard time because I feel like that sometimes he doesn't, he kind of panics too much in the pocket and whatever, but he played really well, and if Alex Smith continues to play like this, I gotta be honest with you, I will remember him fondly. I'm almost a little sad that we're coming down to the end of the Alex Smith era, because he and Andy Reid brought the Chiefs back to legitimacy. And so I just want to sit down and I just want to say right now, right here, thank you to Alex Smith for bringing legitimacy back to the franchise, and I will personally apologize to him for being overly critical, for not taking as many chances and all that. And I would personally like to apologize, because that guy has played one heck of a season, and I love watching him run the football. That guy's like turning into Earl Campbell all of a sudden when he's running the foot. I mean, he made a run on 3rd down against the Dolphins this past Sunday that I was just like, and he was faking out people. We'll get into the highlights here, but my gosh, well done, Alex Smith. Well done. I will give you a clap. And honestly, I feel like Alex Smith should be put in the Ring of Honor. It sounds so weird to say that, but I'm looking at the whole here. 4 out of the last 5 years they've made the playoffs. They've had him as the quarterback. And the Chiefs were 2-14 without this guy. All right, they were 2-14 without this guy, and all he did was come in and win and get us to the playoffs. So thank you, Alex. Thank you, Andy. Let's get to the highlights here. I loved watching this game. I loved watching the Chiefs playing loose and having fun. All right, here we go. Let's go to the highlights now. Jay Cutler, I don't know why anybody would pay him to be a quarterback, but he's not going to come into Arrowhead when it's cold out and win a game. And what a play by both Derek Johnson and Marcus Peters right there. That's incredible. Derek Johnson's probably playing his last game at Arrowhead in the regular season for the Chiefs, and he went out with a bang, literally. And Marcus Peters, that guy can handle balls. Look at how cold it is there at Arrowhead. Alex was money all game. I loved just his decision making in this game, and he just made so many awesome plays. The offense under Nagy is just really, really clicking, and they're so unpredictable, and it's really cool to watch. They settled for too many field goals, but I think that can easily be corrected, and so yeah, it's just been a lot of fun to watch them since Nagy took over as play caller from Santa Claus. Jay Cutler, he probably doesn't care. He probably doesn't even know the score of the game. Boom! Alex with the dart. Now, one of my big fears going into the playoffs is that I just know that Kelsey's probably going to drop a big pass in a big situation because he did that last year. And he's had a lot of drops. Look at that dart. Look at that dart to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has become a world-class wide receiver. And it's his first year actually playing that position on a full-time basis. Are you kidding me with this? The guy has made some phenomenal plays. And he's more than just a guy who's just going to dart downfield. The guy's becoming a really good route runner and a really good at adjusting on the ball. And I can't believe that the Chiefs aren't missing Macklin right now. I thought that was going to be really killer for them. But back to Kelsey. I just hope that he has a big game in the playoffs because I just have a feeling he's going to drop some and I'm going to be mad at him. And this was ugly. This play was... Oh, this wasn't the play I was talking about. The defense they had their moments in this game, but the Dolphins again aren't a bad team. They're not. It's not like they're the Browns or the Giants coming in and just gonna, not really give any effort. The Dolphins, they're pretty good. They gave up a good fight the first half, and then the second half they just kind of laid down. Hi-ya! Who's excited for Pat Mahomes to start next week? I hope he does. I hope if they put Tyler Bray in, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give my friend Sean Pearson a stone cold stunner because I would totally I would riot. I would protest. I'd be outside of Arrowhead and protest. Now Kareem Hunt, that guy's a stud. I don't need to see him next week. What a great draft pick that guy was. I'm so glad they drafted up to get him, and I'm so glad that I had him on my fantasy team because he helped me win my league. But they knew what they were doing when they drafted him, and what a pickup. He seems like a good guy for the community and just an awesome running back. And I hate to see where the Chiefs would be without him right now. Jay Cutler, I'm getting over you. This was bad. That was probably the worst defensive play of the season for the Chiefs. That and out of a lot of defensive terrible plays this year, the Chiefs, that was probably, top 3? I haven't really thought about it. I just said that, but that was awful. They got over it, though. They moved on. That was so bad, though. Yeah, and look at Peters, though. He's still, trying to run the guy down. I love you, Marcus Peters. Alex. I apologize to him, but that's a great catch by Tyreek Hill. This combination of Hill and Smith to Hill, is lethal. Bring on Pittsburgh. Bring on the Ravens. Bring on Brady and bring on Brady and Belichick and the referees that come along to their games. Butker. I saw a little bit too much of him today. Look at this. Alex Smith. Probably his best. I think it was his best run of the season right here. I know he ran against, 70 yards against the Jets, but this was great. Especially since look at the score. It was still a game at this point. So clutch right here by Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith going to Washington on this play. That was a terrible play by 22. That's awful. Sigh. They were. I just like the fact that they're not predictable anymore on offense. I love that Alex has a great cadence. This was a great play call too. I don't know who that guy is, but I enjoyed watching that. That was more of that, please. The NFL sucks. The NFL could go straight to. These referees are the absolute worst. there should be a rule called the common sense rule, where is that if it looks like a catch, it acts like a catch, it is a catch. That was a catch. Both feet were in. I have no clue what the referees were looking at. They slowed it down way too much. Way too much. They're overanalyzing the crap out of this thing. They're ruining football. Screw you. Screw your call. You deserve to be fired. They do that every freaking game, it seems like now. Whether it be in Pittsburgh against the Patriots or last week against the Chiefs. Like, you're awful. Awful. I'm just so tired of this. I know the Chiefs are probably going to get screwed by that catch rule or whatever, the non-catch. What is a catch? I have no idea. That's probably going to come back to hurt the Chiefs in the playoffs because crap like that usually does. And it has before. I'm done. Seriously, they gave some effort here, but after this drive, it was all over. Marcus Peters doing his thing. I see you, baby. I see you, Marcus. I see you, Marcus. Does anybody get balls better than Marcus Peters? Anybody strip the ball better than Marcus Peters? Marcus Peters for president. You know, I'm not big on the anthem protest. I'd like for him to stand and I'd like for him to talk more about what he's sitting for. But, you know, I want him to be a productive player more than anything else. And he was. Now, this is another dumb NFL rule right here, where if you fumble it out of bounds and it goes in the back of the end zone, it's a touchback. That's ridiculous. There we go. That play all day. That play was working all day. Just so creative calling stuff like that, man. I love it. Love it. I mean, I'm glad that we have a good kicker, but I don't really need to see this much of him. That means that the offense isn't scoring as much as they need to. So that's one thing they need to clear up is their red zone offense right there, because they weren't that great this past few games, or I think more so this game. God bless Jay Cutler, getting a paycheck, Now the game's all but over right now, and I'm just like, I'm excited for the playoffs. I feel different about this team than I did last year, because they didn't really have a running game last year. The Chiefs really didn't have much of a running game. I don't know exactly what they did to get 12 wins. Their defense turned the ball. Their defense was a lot better, but I love going in to playoff games with a strong running game. I think that's incredibly important, and the offensive line seems to have figured their stuff out, and the defense is also looking a lot better. So, this Jekyll and Hyde thing from this team is it's a little stressful. It's a little stressful. I know I called for a lot of people to be benched. That should have been called by Derek Johnson. I know it should have been. I know I called for a lot of players to be benched, Alex Smith, and that's why I'm not a coach. I'm not a coach in this league for a reason, and that's why I like to watch football and critique it, and then just get overly emotional and overreact to things, because I figure that's what I'm good at. That's what I do. Thoughts, I want the Chiefs to be healthy going into the playoffs, so sit everybody next week. Let me have my Mahomes day, and I'll see you in the playoffs, guys. Merry Christmas! Alright, hope you all have a great week. I will see you next week when we talk about Pat Mahomes' first start. Again, if they start Tyler Bray ahead of him, somebody's going to get beaten, Sean Pearson. Look for it. I'm Ryan McChesney. Like me on Facebook and in real life. God bless.